There are two votes for Boris Johnson today. The first is on the principle of his withdrawal agreement, the second reading, and it looks highly likely that he'll have the numbers in the House of Commons to pass that vote. A mixture of almost all of his MPs plus a big chunk of Labour MPs will get him over the line. But the next vote on the timetable for that bill, how long the House of Commons will get to consider the bill, looks a lot more difficult for Boris Johnson, and it looks unlikely he'll have the numbers. And what that'll mean is that Brexit will be extended after 31st of October, and MPs will get more time to scrutinise and analyse the agreement that's been made with the UK and the legislation that's underwriting it. I think it's almost inevitable there'll be some twists and turns along the way. Although Boris Johnson's currently in the ascendancy right now in the House of Commons, the amount and sheer opposition to him among Remain voters in the House of Commons and outside the House of Commons mean it's going to be very difficult to get the exact type of withdrawal that he's been talking about. And that brings with it a whole set of problems. His coalition that he's got to get this over the line is very, very wide. As soon as one piece breaks off, it could all fall apart for Boris Johnson. So there's two things going on in terms of the amount of time that MPs want. On one level, they want the more practical amount of time to check over the bill and, cross the T's and dot the I's. But on the other hand, MPs that are against Brexit want to find a way of stopping Boris Johnson and having more time to scrutinise and look over this legislation means that people will stop being able to squint at the legislation. They'll have to start looking at the details, and that's when the coalition starts falling apart. So there's some practical reasons and some legal reasons why this is happening, but there's also some pure politics at play in trying to extend this timetable. This time that Boris Johnson has to hold this coalition of MPs together.